Hello, friends, and welcome to
Sprite Stories! Woo! Oh, crap!
Kids. Today, I'll be telling you the story of Caden and the cockroach. Me. So, one day, I'm sitting in my room. And I'm going through Netflix on my Xbox. And, sorry, I know I scratch my nose a lot. I'm sitting on my Xbox and I'm going through Netflix. I'm going through the movies and I have no clue what to watch. And I'm going through all the movies and I can't find anything. All these movies I've either seen or don't want to watch because they don't sound interesting. And I hear like a sound to my right. And there is a cockroach sitting next to me on my right. This is going to be our cockroach for the day. This right here. There's a cockroach sitting on the right. And I look at him. And I reach down to pick up a shoe and kill it. And I got my shoe in the air and it looks at me. It looks me straight in the eye. And I look at him. And he looks at me. He looks back at the TV. He looks back at me. And he looks back at the TV. And he looks back at me. I felt a connection with this cockroach. So I let him live. Put the shoe down, and I let him just sit there. And I'm watching this guy out of the corner of my eye. I'm looking at the TV, and I'm watching him. TV, him. And so I'm still going through the movies, and I have no idea what to watch. And I hit Toy Story, and I see his little antenna like twitch. Just a slight twitch from the corner of my eye. And I'm like, well, that was weird. And so I keep going through the movies, and I go full circle, and I get back to Toy Story. And his antenna twitches again. I'm like, is this just some weird coincidence? And so I go to the movie to the right, and then I go back to Toy Story, and it twitches again. I'm like, well, I guess the cockroach wants to watch Toy Story. And so I sit there watching Toy Story with a cockroach. And I get about halfway through and I look at him. I pause it. And I look at him. And he's looking at the TV and I look at him. And he looks at me. And I say, I gotta go to the bathroom. And so I get up and I go to the bathroom. And I come back. And when I sit back down, he's still sitting there. He doesn't move when I move. He doesn't twitch. He doesn't flinch at all. It's like he's not scared at all. So I know I found one special cockroach. And so I press play, and I go through the rest of the movie. We finish the movie, and it gets to the credits. And it starts playing, You Got a Friend in Me. And I look at my cockroach friend. And he looks at me. And I say, I do have a friend in you. I do. I said, I've enjoyed this evening. And he nodded. He bent his little front legs and he nodded to me. I tipped my hat. And he ran off. I then began to watch Ender's Game, where I saw Harrison Ford. I said, going to name that cockroach Harrison. Minutes later, I hear my sister scream, and there's a big thump. There is no more Harrison. I'm sorry. That was Caden and the cockroach. Thank you. We're now going to enjoy a story of Chandlers. Okay, sorry. I'll make myself disappear.
Please. Oh. Okay. Now, this is Sprite. Caden, I need the suit!
Okay, well then come get it. I'm not going back in there.
That's better. Okay.
Chandler,
What?
can you at least give me some clothes?
Oh, right. Better?
I meant more than a thong.
Sorry, bud. What about now?
You know that I don't need a bra.
I couldn't help myself.
Just give me some regular clothes.
Fine. Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Now I've got a wedgie.
You deserve one. Now, my story is called The Chip Trip. So, me and my friends, or my squad, as the cool kids say. Anyway, we went to Chili's. And I told them, I said, may I have some chips and some dip? And they said to me, they said, sir, I'm sorry, we do not have some chips. And I twitch a little bit. And I look at him. I give him the stink eye. And I say, did you just say you have no chips? And he said, yes, sir. And I said, if you do not bring me some chips, your face is going through that wall. And he calls his manager, and his manager comes over, and he's a pretty big dude. And he says, sir, we have no chips. Get over it. And I looked to him and I said, I will be back with chips. And after I'll be back, I'm going to eat my chips and dip, and then I'm going to go home and never come back again. Because what kind of place doesn't have chips, people? Calm down, calm down. Okay, anyway, so I leave. Me and my friend Michael, we run to the nearest convention store, and we go get a bag of chips. Now, we're running to the store, right? And this is a place as big as Walmart. And so they have those automatic doors. So we're running through, right? And, you know, when you go to automatic doors, they automatically open. Well, that wasn't the case for us. So we're running, and straight into the glass. So then we get up, take a minute, and look at the door. And guess what? Our faces are imprinted on the door. If my mom walked over, she'd be like, oh, there's my son Chandler. That's how hard we ran into the door. So then, we went to the manual door. Manual! What kind of place doesn't have faster automatic doors? Anyway, so we open the manual doors. We go inside the store, and we go through every aisle, because we want to get these chips fast. I'm ready to have some salsa. So we're running through every aisle. No chips. 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 So then we get to the chip aisle, and everything else is on that aisle but chips. There's this big, huge gap where you know the chips would go. And there's dust. Dust! So, trying to calm myself down, and we go to the cashier. I say, ma'am, do you have any more chips? And she's pointing at the old lady over there. She's about 60 or 70. And she says, no, sir. That woman just took the last bag of chips. So, me and my friend Michael, we walk over to the old lady, and I'm distracting the old lady. So I say, hi, ma'am. How was your day? And my friend Michael sneaks behind her, grabs the bag of chips, and we're so close. But yet, the bag crumbles. So the old lady turns around, and she was a quick old lady. So she turns around, she sees Michael, and Michael just freezes. Doesn't move, doesn't blink, doesn't even take a breath. And the next thing you know, Michael is getting hit by an old lady with her cane. This lady was crazy. They had to call the cops to separate the old lady and Michael. And what was I doing all... crap. And what was I doing during all of this? Well, you could say I was flirting with the cashier. Or I was laughing my head off in aisle 5. Whichever one works. But anyway, so they called the cops. Michael has to go to the hospital because he was beaten so badly. And he's crying. Michael doesn't cry. Michael's Michael. He does not cry. So, they take him to the hospital, and I go finish eating with my friends. This has been a chip trip. Thank you.
Obviously, we've moved.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, so, the question of the day is...
What would you do if an old lady started beating you up with a cane? Leave a comment below on what you think.
And if you like this video, please press that thumbs up button.
Please.
Please. We need it.
Seriously.
This has been Sprite Stories. Thank you for watching.
This was our comment on the last video. Thanks for watching, and thank you for commenting.